Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got more GGEU coming your way. This time we're headed to the rookie division. We've got Weebs versus Muttsu no Mangetsu. I hope I'm saying that right. This is going to be certainly an interesting series, Red. I mean, we've got two teams who like to play slightly different styles, and they're both 2-2 at the moment.
Yeah, slightly different's an understatement, I think. This looks like, your typical 2900 lobby type fun, right? Like, we got the Ana Mercy composition with the Rein Zarya on the one side, potentially, based on most played
Mhm.
heroes that they told us. And then we have a Genji on the team with
Yeah.
the Baptiste and no Mercy in sight. Um,
Yeah. And that's for Mutsu as well. So Mutsu's DPS like to play McCree Genji within a brawl context. And I mean, the thing is, and without being too down on the elo of the players, because if you're
yeah,
playing in a six stack, it is very, very different to playing in your
yes.
ranked games. These players, it's very likely you're going to play a lot above their pay grade when it comes to these tournaments. But if we're seeing them play Brawl with a Genji, does the Blade ever get value? I mean, it might if the opposing team are running Ana Mercy, right? No defensible.
Sure, it might. I think like the bigger thing with Genji Blade in these contexts is like I think Beat Blade's an underrated combo, right? You can you can get the blade to get value through like the durability of the Genji, right? Because still a swing's like what 125, 150 or something like that. If I no, it's like I'm trying to remember how much the exact damage value because Nano Blade is like so much easier to like it just kills
Yeah.
everything, right? But
Yeah.
like or like with a Mercy boost, right?
Mhm.
So the damage value is escaping me. It's still a threat though, right? If as long as the Genji can live and there's a adequate pressure from the team,
Yeah.
the Beat Blade is like a doable combination. Which if they pull it off, I'm really impressed because I don't think a lot of players in Diamond think that way.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, we are looking at their most played heroes, so we may not see them come up in the tournament, but it's certainly fun to think about and look at when we're talking about these things. I mean, we were talking about Quan playing the Doomfist into the brawl, and you can almost slot Genji in to serve a similar role in that you're an assassin, you play slightly in front or above the brawl, and you go for eliminations with the dash reset to get in and get out, but it's certainly
Yeah.
harder to pull off.
It's certainly hard to pull off, and you don't even have the benefit of CCing anybody, right? So
Yeah.
Doomfist does not have to get kills in a brawl context to get value. He just has to displace things, right? Same thing with the
Yeah.
Wrecking Ball we saw against Orisa. The Wrecking Ball was not there to get frags, right? The Wrecking Ball was there to displace people. So uh, Genji is like, all right, you got to get some kills, my guy. Otherwise, we don't know what we're doing here. That's why Blade's so important, right? You get kills with Blade. That's what Blade does.
Absolutely. So it might be a slower brawl where we're seeing them try and build a blade. I mean, who knows? But this is certainly going to be an interesting series. We will be heading to Control for our first map as well, and it will be Ilios. So this is potential for Genji. I mean, if you're playing well, then you can maybe run a Genji. I mean, I'm really trying to shoehorn this in, Red. I'm really trying to shoehorn the
No, I
Genji
know.
to make sense.
I think the bigger issue is like, do we know does Weebs go brrrr play Lucio at all? I mean, that's like a real question to be asked, and especially on control, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's worth pointing out that when we see most played, sometimes that just means that the player does not have the other heroes in the pool, right? Whereas
Yeah.
at GM, I expect usually there'll be a Lucio player.
Yeah, 100%. And that might be what we're seeing from these rookie teams rather than the expert teams, is that the hero pools may not be as deep. But I mean, even if Weebs Go Bird come out with a brawl without the Lucio, I think you can get away with it if we do see May McCree coming out from Sentai and Matthias. If they do run the Ryan Zarya, May McCree, that is enough to stave off Night Pizza's Genji, in my humble opinion. But that remains to
Totally
be
agree.
seen as we do head to Ilios.
I'm gonna be much more concerned about the frontline battle, and
Yeah.
uh, and here we go. We see a Mercy. On this map, though, it could work, right? You could have a Widowmaker. I can't imagine that Bastion's legit. And we do see Genji. We do see the exact composition that we talked
do.
about from, I don't know how to say that. You said it better than me. Muttsu no Mangetsu.
Mutsu no Mangetsu, I think, but I'm almost definitely butchering.
I am renaming them. They are M&M now, and I cannot change my mind. Anyway, here we go.
Okay, so we're actually seeing Ihana Lucio come out from M&M, which is interesting, right? Because they're gonna have less frontline support, but they do have that Nanoblade combination ready to go. As a good biotic grenade slows M&M down a little bit, and Weeb will get the opening pick. A good pin takes out Mad Booper as well. The Resurrect just not fast enough from Tim there. I mean, Genji eventually taking out Boosted, swinging the fight, potentially a fully charged Zarya in the faces of the squishies, but Genji knows better than that and will pull back and forego the point four now. Does choose to go as it stands and finds a pick. This could be one-man army territory here. McCree being pressured up. Flashbang from the Hammer doesn't finish off Genji on the Zarya, and the flip comes through. The weight of the world on Genji's shoulders, and nearly a Graviton Surge to boot for their troubles.
Okay, yeah, like, the roll forward into the high charge Zarya was ambitious. I see what they were trying to do, but man, that was rough. And really great play from Genji. Oh, this is already confusing me, and the fight's already started.
Certainly had another tremendous biotic grenade with the Graviton Surge as well. Means that Weebs can just mop this up easy as you like. Shiny getting some work done in, however, and Doomfist on the Reinhardt, I might add, will fall. Sentai in trouble here, trying to 2v1, and Anna and Genji knows better than that and will back up. Weeb is battered and bruised, but so is M&M, so they're just not going to push this yet.
Yeah, absolutely, and something that you're seeing is the team that doesn't have, like, I mean, like, I don't know, it just seems like a frontline differential right now, and the team without Lucio is doing better in the front line. It's crazy. It's wild to watch.
I mean, utilizing that speed boost just because you have it is not automatic, as we're seeing here. Again, Mad Booper comes up with a beautiful anti-nade, and Doomfist happy to clean that up. The Dragons finds 3! Matthias cleaning up house, and the Resurrect onto the Reinhardt for Weeb, just looking so dominant. Like you said, on that front line, despite not having a Lucio.
100%, and I think it really boils down to Genji really recognizing, like, basically how to use their bubbles really efficiently and playing for their own value really well, and that's what you need to do in these lobbies, right? Like, Zarya's in some ways a better pick than D.Va at this level, because in reality Zarya can just carry in certain situations.
Oh my word, I mean, the blade comes in just for good measure at this point. Already that fight was won by Doomfist. A beautiful deflect will stop Shiny Senpai in their path, and Sentai can go to town now on this Reinhardt, who is back into a corner. Not looking so good. He gets caught by a swing from Boosted and will go down, but it's all for naught in reality, as 100% is on the point for Weeb. They're looking pretty good here, Red.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I want to point out that I'm pretty sure Genji, sorry, the person, not the character, lapped Kingzocker in ult charge.
Ult charge, yeah.
Yeah, like lapped them. I think they got 2 grabs to 1. Yeah, that's a rough space to be in, not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some adjustments, and we see some pretty spicy adjustments from M&M. Oh no.
So if you had to play this comp, how will we play? This is poke with bubbles for the Pharah? No. You're kind of playing like Sigma to the front line.
Well, you don't even really play a front line if you play this right? You sit on high grounds a lot, you wait for them to try to pressure out the Sigma, who's typically the most vulnerable target, believe it or not, and you probably bubble them, and maybe you bubble Pharah when she has ultimate.
Yeah, this is certainly an alternative adaptation, and I mean, Sentai with the dash takes out Shiny straight away. I mean, this ninja is dark like the night, and if you don't catch him out, he'll finish you off. Night Pizza going down as well. Matthias does get the raw end of the deal there, however, and will be taken out by the Pharah there. The Resurrect is good, though, and the Hanzo back into the fray. Is the point capped up by Weeb? M&M, I'm gonna keep calling them M&M. M&M, huge! Find an opening pick with that environmental kill, thanks to the Pharah, and this is just gonna be really slow and laborious from M&M, though.
Yeah, it is, and you'll see they're actually playing this well. I don't know what Night Pizza was doing initially with that rotation he made through the open space, but like this. Boosted now sitting in an off angle, daring them to come into open space to contest him, and they really can't.
But on the flip side, I mean, the Weebs are happy to stay on point. Just take the spam damage, heal it up, get your support ultimates online. Sentai finds himself on the wrong end of a Peacekeeper, but it's Sentai who comes out on top again. This Genji player will not be quenched at the moment. Unstoppable, and Matthias getting involved in the fight as well. Takes down Boosted, and Weeb looking truly dominant at the moment.
So, I feel like Eminem has like the right idea, the wrong execution, right? So like Night Pizza, I don't know what he is doing. He's just kind of walking out in open space and getting ganked, and it's very, very strange. And as we see a pause coming here, but yeah, like you've seen him get killed like 3 times by Sentai, and it's almost always because he's chosen to sit on the low ground when his team's on the high, and he can't get any support, and he's just massively out of position. And you see them immediately recognize it and go after him.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, and excuse me, you can also see that from the ult charge that the McCree is getting as well. Everyone else is at least 60% to their ultimates, and the McCree was just sat at 39, I believe, so a little ways behind in the second death on this point already. It's looking a little rough for Muttsu at the moment, but Weeb, I mean, their DPS line are looking phenomenal. I mean, Sentai is winning every 1v1 he's going up against.
Well, yeah, and he gets support from his team, right? So the first kill he got onto the Pharah player was entirely because he got bubbled, right? Because he's like, hey, I'm going to kill this Pharah because she's like out of position and low on fuel. Cool, can I get a bubble? Gets a bubble, eats a rocket to the face, doesn't matter, gets the kill, right? And because also the thing to add about that, right, is the bubble did damage essentially because they were so close to the Pharah did splash damage to herself. And then shurikens to the face. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, the best laid plans of mice and men, am I right? It all goes shambles for Muttsu, but Weeb looking so very good. And like you said, Genji, who's playing the Zarya for Weeb Go Brrrr, the performance that the Zarya for Weeb is putting up is absolutely insane. I mean, just to win that first team fight on the first point of Ilios already, I think is in Mutsu's head. You can already see that there's a little bit of tentativeness as they're approaching, right? They changed their entire comp.
Yeah, and this is the, you know, mindset of like recognizing that Zarya is a high charge Zarya is a threat and she's still on point, and then trying to deal with it instead of wait. Yeah. All they have to do in that spot, because they only had an Ana and a Kree. The Kree has to either get close to his Ana and they just got to protect each other, right? Force the Zarya to bite off more than they can chew, or wait for their team to get back.
Yeah, and can you see where Weeb are right now? They're in such an aggressive position over the high ground. They have been spotted out by Shiny, though, but Shiny goes down, and the Graviton is good. The kinetic grasp from Boosted just a moment too late. Does not save them, and the Dragons also coming in not so timely a manner, but they're walking right into the beam of Genji, who's happy to just confirm those kills, and the Resurrect onto Sentai is instantaneous as well. This is final fight now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, I actually got to give Fenrir some credit. She had a really good lamp. I love the positioning on that lamp. It was really effective, you know, and then they were so focused on trying to keep each other from dying to frontward aggression, you know. What are you going to do? There's a Zarya behind us.
Yeah, really well played from Weeb, and the Gravitic Flux coming out almost as a last-ditch effort. Someone gets the touch, but the Nanoblade is ready to go. A tried and tested method to confirm the kills, alongside the Barrage dueling with them to confirm it. Sentai coming up pretty poor when it comes down to raw kill potential there. Kill feed still lighting up blue, however, Weebs Go Brrrr looking pretty good in this matchup against Muttsu no Mangetsu. Looking all that well as the DPS are happy to just clean it up now. A final ditch effort on the Graviton surge, but a right click finishes off King to themselves. Sentai 37 HP on the point, but the DPS of Weeb and the Zarya will turn that around.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like this is starting to look like a raw team diff, and it's really rough to watch. I think that Eminem has had some good plans. They just aren't executing it. I think it's individual members that are costing them, right? Like, at the end of the day, you need your McCree to play in smart positions where he has support from his team, and he just didn't do that the first half of that entire point.
I mean, I think there's something to be said as well. I think there's dueling philosophies on this, so it'll be interesting to get your 2 cents on the matter. But yeah, I feel like, especially when we go to these slightly lower E-load games, I feel like if you can just press Q first and force your team to react, 9 times out of 10, they will react incorrectly. Thus, you can win the team fight. So, Weeb Go Brrrr are simply taking the initiative to start the fight on their terms. They're grabbing early, they're forcing a lamp, and they're using dragons. They're winning the fight. Even if the grab dragon does not connect and kill the players. Weeb Go brrrr taking the initiative, taking the matters into their own hands, and confirming kills by being aggressive. Whereas Muttsu no Mangetsu seem like they are reacting a lot to Weeb, and that is not boding well for them at all.
So low elo is weird, right? And the reason it's weird is because you can get better. And what I mean by that is, like, I know a lot of players in low elo who are coached like they're at high elo. And I mean,
Mhm.
I'm from organizations that have done that. And as a result, we climb, right? We get
Yeah.
better. So like the teams I played with, like when I played in gold, like gold tournaments, they would coach us like we could execute game plans, like we could, play slow or play fast, whatever we need to do. And we learned how to do that through good coaching. And as a result, a lot of like most of the people I played with are now masters. I'm like diamond now, right?
Yeah.
So I think in this case for this game, 100%, keep pressing Q, be aggressive, right? People are playing out of position, like it will work. But you saw the lamp, right? If Genji doesn't take that
Yeah.
flank, I'm not sure that would have worked, right? Like if there was not that flank, like they might have survived. They might have been able to make a fight out of that. Fenrir is playing really well compared to the rest of her team.
Yeah.
And so like I think you're correct in the sense that like generally speaking at 2500 to like 3K, if you ult first, you're gonna have a massive advantage. You're gonna do better than the other team. It just isn't as simple in every case. I think like if we were watching the top side of Rookie, it might not be so straightforward.
Yeah, for sure. At least in this case, however,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is making sense as Weeb Go brrrr are taking Ilios there, which means that Muttsu are going to be able to pick their map. I can't see them going to King's Row, but indeed they are. I mean, it's if nothing else, it's a fan favorite, right? It's a fan favorite map.
It's a fan favorite, and I've always said that it's like the solved Overwatch map. Everyone knows the rotations you can take there.
Yeah.
Like the community knows how to play it.
Yeah.
In a broad sense. It's not like confusing. Junkertown still confuses the community to this day
Yeah.
about how to play it, especially like again, when I say the community, I'm mostly referring to sub like 3.5, right?
Mhm.
So, I think King's Row makes a lot of sense. I think every team in this tier probably likes it the most. So,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised here.
And the thing that Muttsu no Mangetsu might have going in their favor here is that Fenrir, as you've already stated, she's been really good on the Baptiste, whereas Weebs Go brrrr, they have been running Ana Mercy exclusively. So that might come back to bite them, and we might see Muttsu Mangetsu actually going a map up here due to just composition.
Well, this is spicy.
Huh.
I'm seeing a Sigma with an Ana, which seems a little
Double
strange to
shield
me. Ana Brig.
on a brig. Well, just a brig.
Just a brig indeed. All right, there we go. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I mean, Shiny Senpai wasting absolutely no time. The Maywall will come up to slow this onslaught down, but an onslaught it is indeed, as Genji will fall as well on the Sigma, and Doomfist just being forced to backpedal desperately as Muttsu no Mangetsu show up in droves on their own map pick now.
Night Pizza kind of getting a little too overeager, gets bailed out by Bubble there. He is scaring me with some of the aggression, but I'm loving this Widow pick so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it got the opening pick, right? Usually you only play the Widow for that first opening pick, and 4 times out of 5 it doesn't go your way, and we actually see it boosted going down this. So that is going to slow this payload down quite a lot with just the availability for Weeb to hold this first corner, right, Red?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but it was already going to be slow. I mean, that's kind of inconsequential in the grand scheme. Like, by the time the fight would have broke, he's already back. Booster's already back.
Yeah, the shadow goes down though, and 2 shields right in the way of that. Not to worry, says King Zoka. He does find Tim as well. Gonna send them back to spawn. Doomfist, black and blue, and in a little trouble here. The Reinhardt just forced away as Sentai will fall as well to his Genji counterpart, Night Pizza, who, as you said, has been very aggressive, but right now it's bearing fruit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you want to see this. He's clearly more comfortable now that he's playing Genji than he was on the Kree. He knows where he should be standing more often, and he has more tools to get out of bad spots. And this flank is a little,
Creative.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Shiny goes for the shot, knows that they're going to be found out, they're going to go out, the flashbang, and a huge gravitic flux comes over the top. Immortality Fuel keeping everyone alive for now, and now Atlas has this beat to go. Will send it in, but an Anna Reinhardt could be very lethal as Sentai picks up the Widowmaker. That is going to be a big chunk of pick potential missing now, and Weeb's going to be able to hold on to this payload a little longer now. Sentai looking oh so very deadly when it comes to this Genji. Once again, a little overzealous, however, will be taken down. But again, pretty inconsequential as the damage is done and the Weeb hold on to the payload.
Zarya got out with high charge there. Like, this is all really good. And please, listen to me. I know you can't hear me. Save grab for Blade. Save grab for Blade. Save grab for Blade. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
It into being. I love it. King's I don't know if he heard you, but the blade comes out. I mean, the grab and the blade in combination does net them quite a few kills. Pizza will fall to Genji, though, and this Sigma can do a lot of damage if left unchecked. Sentai will also go down, so both Genjis are missing as Matthias has made the swap onto the McCree, as has Shiny Senpai, as Mad Booper gets a late kill onto them. I don't know if this is recontestable now, Red.
Yeah, it's probably not. You can maybe pull it off, like if you want to just force some ults out, like take a dry fight here, but it looks like they're not going to. They're just going to be content to take this corner, and this actually favors Sigma in terms of positioning.
Yeah, it certainly does, with just being able to spam through those narrow channels. Another really sizable Gravitic Flux coming out with an anti-nade over the top as well. That accretion just going to finish off, and the blade into boot. Perhaps unnecessary to see away Muttsu no Mangetsu, but it gets the job done, and Sentai looking very good when it comes to those blades.
Absolutely, and you're seeing like what I was talking about earlier, like there's other ways to combo Blade than just having a pocket or a nano boost, and this is really good because it sets up Mad Booper to have nano for the next Blade of Sentai, which is a really strong situation to be in, and we're gonna see Window here. I've liked Fenrir's play.
Boosted goes for the shatter and he gets it off, but a dueling shatter comes through. Muttsu no Mangetsu lighten the feed up Red, but clapping back at the Weebs. They find just the picks to hold it on that little bit longer. As Night Pizza kicks and screams just quite deep in enemy territory. The payload ain't moving anywhere anytime soon, and I gotta say, I love it when both Reinhardts land their shatters. That is a sight to behold.
So much disrespect coming from Weeb Go Brrrr. That flank shatter was, like, Bumper would be proud of that one.
Yeah, it certainly would. And like you said, the window that we assumed would come out earlier is coming out right now as Sentai falls early, as does Doomfist. The High Noon as well gets in, and the Sigma will fall. Looking like final fight territory for the defenders as the rally was invested there from Tim.
What? Oh.
Stealth rally? No, him and Matthias get the armor.
Okay, so this is really important. There's a lot of ults here, including Nano Blade, and here comes Lift.
Yeah, just the Gravitic Flux will cancel the beat, get completely negated, and the High Noon deflected at Matthias there. The Shatter lapped on top from Doomfist lands 5 on their backs. That is a way to stop the payload.
Yeah, I mean, no, that was really, really good, and I mean, and crucially, this is the part that's going to be hard, is they have Nano Boost, and there's no real great way to counter it, and you only have Blade with no combination for it on the side of M&M. So this should be a one fight for Weeb if Sentai can get value, which I can't imagine he does.
Yeah, you're more worried about the fight after this, though, if you can hold off as the anti-nade does go through, and Weeb is pushed so far back, Doomfist will fall, and the blade comes out first from Muttsu no Mangetsu. The blade now out from Sentai, but maybe too little too late here. He's got to come up with something absolutely enormous, and the rest of the team are just running down the Weebs. Just Sentai remains, and he's in trouble now. Respawn's come through, but it's a desperate attempt at the moment as the dueling pin comes through. Boosie's happy to swing onto his opposing Reinhardt. Someone's contesting the payload still and doing a good job of letting the respawners come on through. Muttsu no Mangetsu have to finish this quickly, Red.
No, I mean, yeah, and now you're kind of at the point of no return. You have to just stabilize on the point if you're the side of M&M, and there's a shatter. That's good enough.
So good, and Night Pizza laps up the kills. Doofus takes out Atlas on that Lucio, but will be taken out themselves. This has got to be the nail in the coffin now, and Muttsu no Mangetsu finish with a minute 37.
I'm just gonna say it. Night Pizzas absolutely has the Genji diff, 110%. My man had nothing. He just pulled out a sword and said, "I'm gonna kill you all," and he had no help. Okay, no ultimate combination. Meanwhile, Nano, he got the same number of kills as the Nano Blade Genji. Like,
he did, but weren't Weeb Go Brrrr a player down by that point anyway? Hadn't Doofus been killed immediately?
No. It was wasn't it the same fight? Maybe they were a player down, but like still, the Nano Blade should have been enough to like turn the fight. Is kind of my argument, because Nano Blade kills 6 all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
absolutely.
Right. Ultimately, Night Pizza, and like when does Reinhardt stop a Nano Blade unless he gets a lucky pin, or like starts a Naked Blade rather? Unless he gets a pin or a swing, I guess. So, yeah, but I'm just saying. So, Night Pizza, like, without any leverage, 1 ult against, like, 2, essentially, you know, equalizes that fight. Like, I gotta say, like, he's looking great.
Oh, should we talk about the composition?
Oh, yeah, like, I didn't...
Running, Lucio, Murthy. I mean, you go.
I mean, I don't know, go fast. That's what's happening, like...
They certainly are going fast. Forces the immortality field almost instantaneously as well, but Sentai will fall. There's no sustain on the side of Weebs Go Brrrr here. As soon as they're in, they have to confirm kills. They are doing that, but Muttsu no Mangetsu are still holding on with a fully charged Zarya on the point. It's going to be very hard to out-heal that damage with just 2 main supports holding down the fort, and a team kill coming through for Muttsu no Mangetsu there as they do stave that off.
Yeah, I apologize for us not talking about it. That was just so off script. Like, hello? Like, this is really just like watching plat games in real time. Like, we may as well be watching comp. Like that. There's a way to do this. You gotta play aggro. If you're Monkey, and you see this, look at Monkey's charge. Like, they're gonna have primal rage this fight. So, you know, and Shatter's good, but like if they're all swarming your team, like who knows if you get anything with it.
Yep, can't shatter anyone if they're all behind you or around you or on high ground.
Yeah, like everyone on this team can like get above Shatter. So I don't know. It's really interesting. Oh,
this is a nice rotation coming out from the Weebs. I think just playing it slow and the primal rage ready to go. So this is the activation, but Genji goes so low before he actually popped it. The High Noon comes out and does take out Tim before that beat can finally connect. It's not ready yet, but Muttsu no Mangetsu using their own for good measure there. As the remaining team for Weebs Go Brrrr just not able to get anything done, and they do invest a fair amount. I mean, the primal rage can be so impactful.
Wait. Are we gonna switch? Okay, we are switching to Zarya. I was confused. I thought we were gonna go Goomba Stomp, and I was very confused. But by the way, like for everyone at home, like the combination of Blade and Valk is very good, and I would not be shocked to see it here.
Yeah, it could absolutely come out, but like you said, Night Pizza has their blade as well. It was a good anti-nade left on top of Muttsu no Mangetsu. They just wait a little too long to go. Not the matter though. Genji coming out with a kill in their favor. The Weebs finally breaking the dams of the defense, and they will take this point.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I wonder if Night Pizza swapping here because he popped blade really late. No, we're not. All right, cool. So it was just like it mistimed. All good. I was just curious because like I would not be shocked because he has again no support for what he's trying to do besides the random bubble. And you know you saw it again. Really good blade from. Oh wait, this is a different Genji player. That's Matthias. That's not Sentai. Okay. Everyone just plays everything on this team. I love it. Anyway, either way, a lot of support for their Genji blade gets the value you need, and you see though, there's gonna be a good hold here at Archways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Shatter now is going to be quite impactful, and Boosted goes for it. He puts 3 on the ground, but Boosted pays for it with their life. The Graviton Surge going to be committed as well, and a deflected Flame Strike from Night Pizza allows him to find 2 and then double dash through the back line to find the picks to win the fight. The heroics from this man cannot be overstated.
No, Night Pizza's popping off, man. What is this Genji? He built his blade in one fight. that built his entire blade. Okay. Yo,
My
dude.
word.
Pop off, king.
Someone check him computer, because that was unbelievable. But Weebs Go Brrrr do have Shatter, High Noon, and Grab to work with here, Red.
I want to see early blade. I want to see him just go for it. Yeet, yo, oh no.
Well, here we go. The beat does come out to stave off this Graviton Surge, but the High Noon's ready to go. Sentai lets it loose and finds the 2 picks that really they're going to need to turn this fight and make it their own. Weebs finally getting some motion going. They've been stopped and stilted so much on their push through streets, but they are finally getting it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it is like everyone's now kind of on comfort picks for Weeb. This is like pretty much exactly their match sheet, except they don't have a Mei right now, and that's about the only difference. And yeah, like I don't know, it's gonna be hard. Like we need to see a big blade for Night Pizza for this team to be able to hold, and yeah, you see they aren't even gonna go for the touch.
Yeah, oh, such a good assassination in the backline from Matthias. Nobody thought to look up on the high ground. He finds the second. The Reaper doth cometh, and his name is Matthias. He finds 2 picks, and this payload now free as a bird, and this could be final fight. Weebs could be finishing with a much, much better time bank here, Red.
Yeah, very possibly. I'd be surprised. I mean, I guess not. We're about to have grab. We have nano. This is really bad. Like Night Pizza needs to pull out this blade, and he needs to do it early. He needs to ult before the ultimates can be used. But the danger is now because you have grab, like they could just grab it.
Yep, they just grab to counter it. They have the nano, and look at all of Weeb just corralled in this backwards entrance. The grab is so very good, stifling it up. The blade will come through and takes out Mangetsu. They got two. Doomfist doing their damnedest to clap this back, but Night Pizza will not be stopped and finds the goods to stave off the attack for now. Matthias, however, is still on the payload. Someone has the touch. They don't get on the point.
What did we just witness?
Pain. Absolute pain. I'd be so sad. Like, Night Pizza literally kills what, 5 or 4? 4. Whatever. He killed 4 again with no help, right? And Fenrir did a great job, by the way. Good immortality field, good response. The support line did their job to sustain through Graviton.
Yeah.
But man, that's heartbreaking. Can we please get Night Pizza a nano? Can we please? I would love to
get this man a nano.
Like, or like a mercy, anything. Like this man is just
pizza, one way or another. Pocket him.
Like this man's Genji. Like I mean, he's clearly his best hero. I was not loving the Kree, but man, like his Genji is fun to watch, and like his blades are so good without any pocket. Imagine with a pocket, bro. Oh my word.
Okay, we saw Sentai on Widow try and open this up. Not so lucky as Shiny Senpai to get anything, as the Mei does come out. It isolates Boosted, and he does get immortality field, and no one's breaking the lamp. Keeping Boosted up through thick and thin there is Fenrir. Like you said, the immortality field has been oh so very good for the Baptiste player of Muttsu no Mangetsu. Now we go brrrr. Gonna have to respect the Mei walls now.
They want to respect the Maywall, and then also, like, again, look at their DPS line. Are they trying to play fast? Not really. Oh my goodness, that was a golden opportunity.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't given. Oh my word! The deflecting flashbang and the kill onto Sentai. The disrespect. Now the dams have opened, and it's coming up red. Doomfist does find King Zocca though, so we'll find a pick of their own, and we might be able to hold on to this if this is a slow fight. But with every second that passes by, that's another shot that Shiny Senpai can take, Red. The amplification matrix comes out as well, and the shatter is oh so big just to close it out. Shiny Senpai's not done though, and he takes out Genji. Oh my word, 30 seconds remaining in this overtime, and Shiny Senpai has got to come up with the goods.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get a touch here, so that's all right. And you see, like, your Zarya has personal bubble. She can sustain through. That was a little early, but it's all good. Oh no, but Sentai in the back line.
Yeah, disaster has struck here. I mean, you lose the, the Genji for the Weebs coming up big there. Touch is going to be available, but it's a 4v6 on the point right now. Oh! It lands the shatter of all shatters. The Graviton Surge staves off the attack, though. An even better placed Graviton Surge to keep the defense healthy. Alongside that rally, that is all she wrote.
What did I witness? What just happened? That looks so good. And I mean, the Zarya differential has also been real, like, throughout the series. Genji, just the Zarya player for Weeb.
Yes.
Genji has been absolutely popping off every single time. That Graviton was as big a play as you could ask for out of your Zarya player, and it was phenomenal. Matthias on Mei was also really good. But this is drawable. I totally believe it. Night Pizza's been playing at a high level on this Genji. I think this is rough. I don't even know.
This is rough because Muttsu did such a good job to finish King's Row. They looked so good going into it. And had they not C9 that final point, Weeb were not finishing the map there. That was a complete C9. So they could have just won it by not letting Weeb finish. Now they've got 2.5 minutes and Muttsu are playing for a draw. Disaster, dude.
Very, very large disaster. And you're going to see it here. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think really it boils down to, like, Boosted needs to be a lot more mindful about the positions he's taking and not make it so hard on Fenrir. But I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff moving in this match.
There absolutely is. I mean, Weeb are taking a lot of spam damage coming in, and with only the Ana's End to heal up, I mean, Doofus' shield is completely depleted already, and he will just be taken out. So that is a good start if you're Muttsu no Mangetsu. Winning that first fight is also pivotal to get the dominoes rolling in the right way. Genji does take out Boosted, however, and just as you wrote it, the positioning not looking so great for the main tank, and that is going to force them to play a much more passive position for the retake.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is the thing, right? Like, especially when Zen's on the other side, this is them identifying. We can absolutely punish. Oh, no!
Oh, no. Sentai goes in for one dash and then finds himself on the end of another one. Tim does die to Shiny there, but Mad Booper has his number on lock. Doomfist with a Flame Strike to finish off Boosted. It's all fallen apart from Muttsu no Mangetsu, and Weebs go 2-0 up in the series. I mean, your heart goes out to the M&Ms.
Yeah, it does. I thought this was a really good look from them. The C9's rough, and you know, as one expects at this level, right? Like, coaching isn't always there, and just a little bit of awareness goes a long way. Yeah. Oh, and this shatter.
But this is such good play from Weebs. I mean, they are working really well, right? We're singing the woes of Muttsu no Mangetsu, but for Weebs to have made a comeback so good there, where they should not have finished with a better time bank, they did, and then they capitalize on it. They go straight for the jugular, and they get the kills they need to win first point. I mean, credit to Weebs Brrrr. They look like the more aggressive team. It looks like Muttsu no Mangetsu has a Genji who desperately wants to kill things, but his team doesn't want to. Whereas Weebs Brrrr look like the much more aggressive team.
Well, it's not even aggression, right? It's like controlled aggression, right? So no, I mean that absolutely, right? Ryan Zarya compositions are absolutely a dance, right? Like, you can't go in willy-nilly. You know, you cycle the first set of bubbles for charge, and then after that, it's about who has bubbles, who doesn't, when can I go in, and that's the thing that Boosted really isn't respecting right now. So, like, Boosted, oftentimes when he overextends, it's because he had a bubble, but he wasn't respecting the fact that the other team had bubbles, right? Or some other form of support. Pushes in too deep. Even in fights where they're winning, he'll take a one fight, push so hard that they get the exit pick on him, and then, you know, like, what are you going to do? He's going to take forever to get back.
Yeah, and it's just all down from there. Unfortunately for Muttsu no Mangetsu, it could be the final map coming up after the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Oh, we'll just quickly take a look at Sentai versus Night Pizza's stats here on the Genjis. And I mean, this is interesting because final blows look better for Night Pizza, but Sentai coming up with bigger elim. So we've got just playing with their team better, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, right. It's more like I said, I think the front line for Weebs Brrrr is 100% confirming most of the kills. It's Night Pizza's ability to do this though without any pocket, any support is crazy. Look at that deaths per 10 number. Look at the deaths per 10.
Deaths. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is, right? Because Sentai has the luxury of the slightly better front line and is still managing to die more than Night Pizza, right?
And the pocket. And the pocket. And the pocket, right? Like, and you got to keep in mind, Night Pizza's going in with the blades and not dying without any pocket. Like, that is insane, and he's still doing more damage too. Like, it's crazy how much better he's been playing at the Genji hero specifically. I'm not talking about his Kree.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think of the two Genjis, Night Pizza is looking like the dominant pick. As I said, however, that we are going to a short break. Let's see if Muttsu no Mangetsu can bring it back from the brink of defeat, or if Weebs Brrrr have written their own anime arc and they are the protagonist. We'll see you after. What an absolute barn burner of a series we've got here, ladies and gentlemen, at GGEU Rookie Division. I'm Simbalo, we got Red Knight here as well. It's Weebs Brrrr versus Muttsu no Mangetsu, and I'm getting pretty good at saying that quickly, I might add. Let's just go over what the last two maps had in store, because there was a lot, Red.
Yeah. We watched two teams on very different planets in terms of what they're trying to do. We have a team with a Genji one trick that they clearly didn't want playing Genji until they were like, oh, this is really bad, and put him back on Genji, and he looked incredible. But they still lost because their main tank likes to feed. And that may be a really harsh way of saying it, but you know, them's the breaks, right? Aggressive Reinhardt play is a duality. You either look like a god or you just throw SR.
Yeah, if your team can pocket you through the feed, you look like a fantastic Reinhardt. Unfortunately, that has not been the narrative for Muttsu no Mangetsu, and they are 0-2 in this series. It's match point, but Muttsu no Mangetsu are picking Rialto for their next map. And We can see Genji having a little more agency here, perhaps, than you see on King's Row, right, Red?
Well, yeah, and I mean, let's be really blunt about it. I think the Genjis look great on King's Row, right? Like,
Yeah.
and if that's the case, like, shoot, Rialto, there's a lot more angles to play, a lot
Yeah.
more cover, a lot more health packs in reachable locations. I think Rialto could be really, really good for Genji, and also you get the added benefit of if one team chooses a Widowmaker, the Genji can go after that Widowmaker, and that
Yeah.
could be really impactful. And let's make note, like, make it very clear, Night Pizza's playing at a high level on Genji. Like, Night Pizza looks incredible on Genji.
Mhm.
And I just want them to pocket Genji. That's all I want out of this map. Rialto is a map where you don't need to play fast, you don't need to brawl. Like, just play your Zarya Sigma comp, but with a Genji, with a Genji instead of a Kree, and then give him a Mercy and watch what happens. Watch how
Yeah.
much better things will play for you in that situation.
On the flip side, Weebs looking so very good on the front line. We're ready to go, but it needs to be said that Weebs, their tank line, Doomfist and Genji, respectively on Reinhardt and Zarya. Just to confuse you at home, Genji has looked fantastic on the Zarya, and it can't be overstated how much of an impact the tank line are having.
Absolutely, and do my eyes deceive me? Please tell me it is so. We have an
Stick
Ana
with Zarya.
for M&M. We have an Ana for our Night Pizza. Let's go. I am so happy. Let's see this man pop off, please.
You've also got Shiny Senpai on the Pharah, just to add that extra pressure if there, like, is a hit scan, which we are seeing Sentai on the McCree. It's gonna really stretch the DPS of Weeb very thin to try and deal with either the aerial threat or the flanking threat. So I really like this from Muttsu and Mangetsu to try and pry open the defense.
Oh, huge!
So we're already seeing Shiny Senpai open that up by finding 2 picks and make that 3! My word, why weren't we running this from the beginning, Muttsu? Either way, they've managed to find the rhythm, find the rhyme, and now it is Nanoblade time. Finally, Muttsu and Mangetsu have found it.
I want to point out too, like, even with all the damage going to the all the kills going to the Pharah, we still got 30% on Blade. Like, we're chilling. This is excellent. If you're an M&M fan here, like, this is what you want to see.
Yeah, we're seeing Weebs, they're making the swap to double hit scan. They think the Pharah is the threat, and indeed, they have quashed that threat right down. The Resurrect will come through. Weeb's gonna have to play this very carefully to not be surrounded again by the DPS of Muttsu no Mangetsu. Shiny just playing this a little slower. Sentai goes way deep and finds himself on the wrong end of Night Pizza's shurikens will go down, and this might be dangerous as Matthias has got to stabilize here and comes up with the goods. Takes out the Pharah once more, and this double hit scan might prove to be difficult to deal with if you're Muttsu no Mangetsu.
Yeah, but you're gonna have Blade here, and it's dealer's choice how you pocket it, so... Oh, as Night Pizza falls, but, we have res, we're fine.
Atlas does fall as well, though, and Matthias surely having done enough with an extra Bionade over the top from Fenrir, who has been the quiet savior of Muttsu no Mangetsu as well, who's been playing the Batiste finally on the Ana. We are seeing some good stuff coming from the backline of Muttsu as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, it should be mentioned, this comp completely is about making Blade work. I mean, like, Lift and Blade is good, and oh no, that's a huge kill.
Yeah, it gets res straight away, but Tim and Matthias are now going to be in a really, really rough spot. And that's enough for the Gravitic Flux to come on through. Catches both the tanks and makes them half HP. Pretty healthy and healed up, however. Now the Sigma a little too far forward. Finding that Atlas is in a spot of trouble as well as boosted will fall to Sentai. About 3 different fights happening on this first point already. Just swatting the Pharah out the sky, though, is Sentai, happy as Larry to do so. And the beam from Genji actually forcing out Night Pizza, who's on the Genji. But like you said, crucially, Nanoblade ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm a little disappointed in that fight. I think they kind of like rushed into that lift without really checking like where they needed to go. And aggressive ults are good, but you gotta at least catch something with it.
Yeah, well, here we go. The Blade, the Naked Blade comes out. Night Pizza hasn't got the Nano left on top of him. And the front line from Weebs doing a lot of damage. And Night Pizza, 45 HP, tries to get something done. Sentai claps back, however, and finds themselves way more picks than the Blade. They didn't give him the Nano Red.
So confused. They didn't even have Mercy on him.
Grav
What is going
Has
on?
gotta be the play.
I guess. I hope it's the play. Otherwise, I don't know why we have Nano. I'm so confused. I'm so sad. If I'm Night Pizza, I'm very sad.
Yeah, I mean, this is a last fight for Muttsu as well. The grab, the barrage, and the nano is online. But High Noon is available. Bob is available. And Matthias just getting pressured out. The Shattered Net's Doomfist, absolutely nothing. No nano invested in the High Noon from Sentai gets cancelled by the Pharah. There's a chance that Muttsu no Mangetsu just got gifted this first point here. Graviton Surge lapped on top as well from King Zocca, and this payload's going to keep on moving. The bomb completely negated by a good sleep from Mad Booper. One final fight. Yeah, one final fight remains.
Yeah, one fight remaining. We have Nano to work with. I think we're going to have the Nano Zara. I can't imagine Nano and Genji in this spot.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. And the problem is once you go under this archway, Reinhardt's gonna come up top trumps here, so the bubble committed as well, and the grab ready to go. Anti-nade, it gets deflected! Night Pizza, his carry potential knows no bounds as a second Graviton Surge goes the way of Muttsu no Mangetsu, and they've just bought themselves a lifeline in keeping this Rialto push alive. Night Pizza completely carrying the fight and turning it on its head.
So Nano, by the way, I'm on
Nano Blade too.
I guess, I hope, I pray, because now you have Nano Blade and Lift. I would not be upset with using all three of those just to get this point and get past this problematic high ground. Oh,
wait,
what? They have to be calling for pause, right?
Yeah, looked AFK there, and the boop stops the res, so this might be a call for pause, but nothing as of yet. And my boop is coming back from spawn. Was he just caught unawares? Was he typing?
Okay.
Was he checking his crypto? What happened? Matthias is down as well. Weebs go brrrr in shambles. They're mental, shattered. They can't do anything. Doomfist has got to step up to the plate. He gets slept, however, with the nano on him, though the damage has been done. The barrage comes in on top, and Shiny Senpai doesn't want to lose this fight just yet. We'll find the pick onto Diana as well. And this fight has been so topsy-turvy. I cannot predict what's going to happen next, Red.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but like, you know how y'all, like, has anyone queued Overwatch at 3 a.m.? I've queued Overwatch at 3 a.m. This feels a lot like that. Overwatch 3 a.m. vibes officially in the chat. Oh, man.
Oh my, we still have Nano Blade, by the way.
And Lift and Valk. I mean, we should make something happen here. I think Eminem has a lot to play with here.
So you mean to tell me that that entire second point was won simply off the back of the barrage, which we're now already halfway to?
Maybe, I guess. Probably.
brrrr are crumbling before our very eyes. A very telegraphed shatter still gets the job done, though, as Sentai able to find the opening pick onto the Pharah.
Can we blade?
Ready to go, the Nano Blade. The Nano runs out before he pulls the blade! Night Pizza whips a rare occurrence, but it does get the job done. Sentai will fall, and it's a pick apiece for both players now, Red.
Yeah, wait. Ran out before, like, I'm so confused. That looks like it would still have time. This fight is so hard to keep track of, and Genji's, the Zarya is, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying.
In the mix of all the battle, though, you can look to this off-tank player to get something done. Genji finds a second final blow as well, as that Zarya and the Nano Bob comes onto the point. Mad Booper trusts no one else but an AI to hold this point at this moment in time, and I don't know if I blame him.
Impersonation of Bob that lost them streets. I don't know if that's really fair, but you know, hey, whatever you need to do, bud. And you know, now the ult economy is very poor for Eminem, and ooh.
A good shot will just slow this down even more, and you can see Sentai just lurking behind, wanting to go for that flanking noon. I don't hate this at all. Wait, has he been spotted out by Night Pizza? Does Night Pizza know it yet? He does! Everyone's sitting in! I don't know what to make of this series anymore, Red. I'm defeated by GGEU Rookie Division. I'm confused, but this is the go button for Muttsu no Mangetsu. They go in with the lack of the Kree player for Weeb Go Brrrr, but they gotta go quick, because the advantage has almost run out now, right? Sentai's back in the fight.
Oh, absolutely. This should have been an absolute go button. They've been playing this so slow, working for another pick, and they find it. Okay.
Find it. Okay, so with the carry Zarya down now for Weeb Go Brrrr, this has to be the moment of truth. They've got to go in, and a low altitude barrage comes in and finishes off Doomfist as well. So no tanks available for the defending team, and this is where Night Pizza can go to work. The high noon from the back catches Night Pizza, and Matthias finds boosted as well. Sentai not done yet, however, and neither is Matthias. This is a battle of pure brain and brawn at the moment. Just a slugging match as overtime is here upon us. Muttsu no Mangetsu in trouble, though, as Doomfist has this shatter ready to let loose. Matthias on 13 HP in the backline. Mad Booper takes out the fire in the sky and will be taken out there. The flanking Ash pays in dividends now as the Nanos invested on top of him. A bulky boy, to say the least. The bomb doesn't go on the point. It's not going to be able to slow it down, but it might be able to find some kills. It does finish off Night Pizza, and this is just going to be stalls coming through now for Muttsu no Mangetsu. The defense have just about held on, Red.
What? Somebody needed to just sneeze on Matthias. That's all that needed to happen. Like, just look at him and he would die. 13 HP. The flank, the audacity to flank at 13 HP. All right, E-Rookie, you have my attention.
You have as many words as I have. How on earth do you break down these two teams who are genuinely just biting chunks out of each other in what is an underground brawl from the 1600s equivalent of Overwatch at the moment?
No, like, have they turned off their comms? Like, is this like you have to make soul reads to work together? Like there are just some decisions that are just incredible.
The fact, like you said, that Matthias on the Ash was allowed to stay alive in the backline, knowing that Fenrir had spotted them and called it out.
We hope called it out. Like, I don't know anymore. Like, I'm not asking for a lot. I think asking them to kill a 13 HP cowgirl in the backline is a reasonable request from the rookie division. But this double shield.
So this might actually stifle Weeb. I think that double shield Bastion, a lot higher reloads than you might like, will stump opponents. So this is good from them. It is a difficult composition to deal with. That being said, Doomfist is rolling the payload forward uncontested. Finally, that is not the case, as the tanks will surround and conquer, but that's allowed space for Sentai to kill Shiny Senpai. With the Resurrect coming on through the Flashbang Fan, the Hammer, not gonna do it that time, Sentai. Second time for you. Will be taken out, and the defense is gonna hold on to this for now, Red.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see them just trying to use the payload for cover. They need a Diva or a Sigma to be able to properly fight this, and this is just a stagger. Like, there's no way Genji gets out alive. Uh-oh, got Mega, though. And kills the Pizza. The back line is... Wait, the front line's in the back line? Oh, no. This...
But I need to know it this time, right? If you can see that they've repositioned and they've put the Bastion in a different direction, and they have two shields protecting him. And now tank configuration coming up pretty early as the charge comes in from Doomfist. Slightly aggressive is an understatement to say the very least there, but no casualties come from that tank configuration, and it's forced the double shield back into a pretty suboptimal position. The deflect takes out the Bastion to his own shots. Now the blade comes out in complete desperation from Night Pizza, trying to drag his team kicking and screaming from the jaws of victory. Unbelievable displays from Weeb. They will get first points.
I don't even know what's going on anymore, man. Like, this is just... I mean, I'm here for it, but heaven above. And now, crucially, you're not going to be able to combo Bongo with Blade, so I don't even know.
Yeah, that Blade was slightly optimistic, to say the least, from a player that we have been singing their praises all along. That's overzealous, and Genji is no slouch on the Zarya, so he's going to be picking that up. Matthias also sniffs blood in the water. Tim does fall, though, and Muttsu no Mangetsu just barreling forward now. They just want to go aggressive. Doomfist finds a pick, though, and this is literally just 1v1 happening in different areas of the payload. I mean, unbelievable displays coming out from these rookie teams now. The payload might be in motion still, but the double shield composition want to make that hard for the brawl? Question mark? Composition to deal with. How on earth does Doomfist make it out alive there, Red?
Don't know, man. And there's the grab!
They dropped the Graviton Surge, the anti-nade staves off, but the Death Blossom on top of it just signals death. Matthias Reaper has actually been very good this series, and I think that timing it well with the Genji, the Zarya player, has been really good for them pushing things forward, and all of a sudden, Muttsu and Mangetsu looking in trouble, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, but I mean, they got a little time. They might be able to get a touch here and there. That's what they're playing for. With the big from boosting, that's a drop here, though.
The flux was so good, but the bubbles were even better. Because boosted goes down. Sentai has to go in big, but the Ash will fall, and now Doomfist with a Nano Lap on top of him is just doing untold damage onto the double shield front line, and they all shall fall like a bull in a china shop. Doomfist with the Nano looking oh so devastating.
Yeah, and this is gonna sound weird because I've been singing Night Pizza's praises all series. This is kind of coming on to him now. He needs to put pressure on this Mercy, or not Mercy. I'm sorry, Ana, and that just hasn't happened. And like he's playing for these openings that just aren't there. He needs to be more aggressive and look for backline instead of DPS tools.
Yeah, I mean, Night Pizza, maybe it's the 2 maps that they've already lost, but doesn't look as fresh-faced and ready for where they ideally need him most, and the shadow goes down and catches the Pharah! Are you kidding me? Doomfist will fall and Matthias will follow as well, but there's one thing I know about Weebs Go Brrrr, they want to keep fighting even when their player's down, but the barrage surely gonna do it for Muttsu. They're gonna throw the defense back into a stable position with that barrage.
This team ever gets off Pharah Genji again, I'm gonna say they're throwing, because they look so much better doing this. Like it's night and day. That was a really good ultimate. Really, like, not too greedy, right? Like, recognize that you gotta kill the Ana first, just to make sure you don't get slept like you did there, which, unlucky. Good deflect to protect them.
Yeah, but they're still playing on the front line, and Sentai just got a big chunk of damage on them. They have the Bob ready to go, but other than that, nothing in the immediate future. Mad Booper going down early, though, just to some heroics of the Pharah 3K for the aerial assassin. Shiny just doing God's work there and looking so good on that Pharah. Like you said, if they ever switch off that Pharah, you've got to question their motives.
I absolutely think that, because they just, again, look so night and day, and part of it is they're able to punish kind of the individual playstyle that I think Weebs Go Brrrr prefers, right? They really do play for their carry potential at each individual role. And Pharah really does break that plan apart, because that plan doesn't allow for that much aggression.
Yeah, we also invested Bob in that fight. Weebs don't have it in the amplification matrix early! The deflect on the flame strike again! Gives him the the normal blade there. Matthias will kill him with a coach gun though, but it is straight back to the drawing board for Weebs Go Brrrr.
Oh my gosh. They look so much better, it's unreal. They look like a completely different team. I don't even understand. Like, Genji is gonna need to have the biggest grab of their career to break this this defense.
And even if they land a big grab, Shiny's got the barrage to just stay above the grab and use it to get rid of everybody. So they have got to move fast and Nano Doomfist quickly here into this Graviton Surge. But the intel is there and the pathing is exposed. The grab comes down, catches both tanks. The shatter is blocked by a bubble, but the barrage is just better. 2 picks for them. Genji will end the Pharah's life soon enough. And the front line for Weebs are just looking pretty on fire at the moment. Pressing forward and finding picks, but Doomfist will go down. Sentai is swapped over to the Echo now, getting work done, finishing off Shiny there, and the payload's going to be really close to the golden box of victory in this final fight, Red.
Yeah, it is, but they got their own grab. They have a window coming up. I can't imagine they lose it here. There's no ults for the side of Weebs Go Brrrr, and you're going to see just like a very telegraphed Graviton, but it doesn't matter.
Right, it's really telegraphed, but it might be too early. The Flame Strike finishes off Tim, but there's gonna be a second touch for Weebs Go Brrrr here.
Well, I mean, and yeah, maybe early, but like the DPS for M&M have been building their ult so quickly. And oh my! Okay.
That's such an important kill as Matthias goes down to a left-right good night of Night Pizza there. The pin maybe punishing someone who's over-aggressive. He goes off the side. Oh my god, I thought he was going off the side. He luckily gets away with it. I'm not sure how he does, but he does. So here we go. Last chance saloon for Weebs Go Brrrr. The res means that the Nano's available, and Genji's almost built up another Graviton Surge along with all the other ults.
Oh no.
Pharah going down early, forces the amplification matrix, and the resurrect is good. There is the pressure on the backline as the blade comes through. He can't finish off. Matthias on the Ash finally ends their life, but Genji trades him out soon enough, and Doomfist in so much pressure. The barrage comes down, the nail in the coffin. The series isn't done just yet. Fenrir finds two final blows into the support lines, and the shatter goes down from Boosted. The tick of the overtime will come to an end.
Okay.
Muttsu no Mangetsu, this is the series now, Red.
Yeah. They pocket. They pocket, they win. I like it. I'm about this. I'm 1000% about this. That was incredible. It's wacky. I mean, it's like, I feel like we're back on Gibraltar in the expert match earlier, but, you know, hey, I'm about it. It's a good time.
Yeah, and I mean, we've kind of looked lost as to how to deal with the Pharah, right?
Yeah, I mean, you saw, like, Genji, the Zarya player for Weeb, like, just unabashedly, every single time they see Genji now, they just beam him. Like, every single time they see Night Pizza, they're like, yeah, I shoot you first.
Yeah.
Everyone else later. I shoot you first. I know there's a tank in front of me that's like 1 HP. No, we shoot you first. You do not get to play the video game if I'm around. And like, they grabbed, like, the grab that we saw from that play that really was about the Reaper hitting Blossom. Well, the grab was pretty much a solo grab onto Night Pizza to beam him down. Like look, there were no right clicks going into that grab. It was all just, I'm gonna kill the Genji player. Weeb knows what's going on.
Yeah, Muttsu no Mangetsu, though, like you said, they started to pocket the DPS, and they've started to see results, which is what we wanted to see because of the performances that their DPS had been putting up already. We saw some really solid Pharah play, pressuring those small doorways that the hit scans were trying to operate through. We can see the stats up here. 53 eliminations with 34 final blows is an unreal amount of eliminations to have put on the board for the Pharah. I mean, anything else stand out to you there?
The number of deaths is a little high for my taste. You're a Pharah player, you fly, like, ideally you shouldn't be, but I mean, they went double hit scan, so, you know, you can't really fault them too much. And I think the other thing really important to note is the final blows. 34 is so high out of your 53 kills, right? That's a big deal. So, you know, and what's important too is it means there's a dual threat. There's no longer just Night Pizza to worry about. You have a other DPS option, right? Having a wingman who's a threat to get kills is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, what a monstrous display, though, to turn this series potentially completely around. We are headed to Volskaya Industries next, and I know the teams are itching to get ready. This is a really good map for a Genji Pharah if you want to hold at the door, hold at the choke.
Yeah, it is. It's also a really good map for double hit scan. Pocketed Ash does tons of damage here. I think the bigger question is going to be, are we going to see adjustments out of the tank line for Weeb Go Brrrr? Because I think their tank line is, like, unironically probably the best element of their team in terms of skill. Like, Genji has just been absolutely insane the entire series, but we need to see more than Zarya. Zarya just horrendous into the Pharah. And, you know, we gotta see if that adjustment can be made, because I think it's really important.
Yeah, but, I mean, if we are saying that that is the best part of their team, do you really want to swap Genji off the Zarya, who's been getting grav almost 1 per minute?
No, but, like, also, let's also keep in mind that really shouldn't be counted as 1 per minute, because one of those was given to Night Pizza via deflect. I mean, I don't know. Like, it really boils down to, like, you might need to trust your DPS to go do what they need to do, and you need to mitigate the damage from the enemy DPS.
Yep, that is not the case, though. We are seeing both tank lines in a Rein Zarya matchup, so... And we're also seeing the Pharah Genji played on the attack, which I think is going to be quite the task for Muttsu to get into a position that's going to benefit these projectile heroes, right, Red?
Yeah, it is, but I mean, like you see, they can't really aggress into the front line, so they kind of have to give up some space for free because of where the Pharah is playing. And Boosted is taking space a little more aggressively than I would like, and there's a Hanzo.
Yeah, he is just chipping away at Boosted, forces that immortality field almost immediately, and that's going to be a lot of pressure off the Weebs to be able to confirm kills now, as the Dynamite just slightly wide there from Matthias. He is still on this high ground position, though. Almost gets booped off, but Mad Booper will fall. Muttsu no Mangetsu gotta come up with something fast if they want to close this out. The Resurrect of the Boosted order do it as the Reinhardt wants to pin in. Goes onto that Mega Health Pack and is chasing down Genji as the Pharah's just in the sky, completely uncontested now, going to work. Genji does find a pick onto the Pharah. That might swing this around. The nano boost coming in as well as the graviton surge goes in. The right clicks are going in and going ham. Genji wants to close this out right here, right now. Wants to hold on to this without conceding so much as a tick, but it's not to be. The force of the attackers is just too strong. Now the Doomfist is here to stagger, but surely now, Red, surely that's it.
So they have Ash back as well, and they're putting pressure onto the Pharah player. Oh, okay, no, we're good. I think we're okay. I think we've...
So low.
I have comments about Genji, bro. This is, I cannot believe that they just went for that play. That is absurd.
It's a little hot-headed to think you can win that considering you have dragons.
They almost won it. That's the terrifying thing.
They had Nano, though. They had Nano on top of them, and I mean, if you're going to invest ults, you have to invest ults. Right?
Yeah, you have to commit, right? And Genji was high charge, like you saw it. Oh, okay.
A slightly ambitious Shadow coming through from Boosted. They're not netting him all that much, and on half HP, he chooses the opportunity to go for the pin. He gets rid of the shield, though, allowing Shiny Senpai to find that barrage double kill, which should just open up Volskaya Industries wide now for Muttsu to finish it out with a beautiful time back. The Dragons come through and split up the attackers, and the ball is spinning to win here, Red.
See Blade come out here, I'm sure. Oh, but that's a massive slam from Doom.
Yeah, the massive shadow comes out now, and it's got to be on Night Pizza to close this out, but the respawns are looking pretty good. Matthias takes out Shiny, and they might have been too passive here. Muttsu no Mangetsu as the last players fall to Bob of all things. Bob with a 3K, turning that around for the defense and not so much as a tick on point B.
Yeah, that's pretty disheartening, but, you know, you force, like, look at the ult economy situation. Like, Weeb has nothing, and Genji made a swap.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. They're now saying Pharah is too much. We need more help with Pharah.
Yeah, I have to say I like the Brigitte swap and the Echo swap, personally. I like the Sigma as well coming out. It's just more angles of attack and difficulty for the Pharah to get done. I think Sentai now on the Echo really pressures out the Pharah, right?
Yeah, ideally, right? And I think also, too, it's looking to punish the aggressive front line.
Yeah, well, there we go. We see it just come to fruition there as Atlas will be taken down by the focusing beam. Echo, obviously a pretty powerful character here. Genji will fall, but it's kind of trades back and forth, which are always going to favor the defense. Immortality field comes down as well as the domino seems to have fallen for Week over, but it all looked so winnable for them. The front line stepped up and got the job done with the aid of Night Pizza and the amplification matrix, and Night Pizza still has this blade ready to go for the second wave of respawns now. The signal will touch the point here, but it's going to be a matter of time before he's dashed through and completely deleted from the game. The blade's still not out from Night Pizza, not wanting to invest just yet. Shatter down from Doomfist now. Gotta pull up something heroic, but he pins far too far back and is not even in the fight anymore as the Anthony comes down. Barrage and all, everything, warts and all from Muttsu no Mangetsu to get the job done, except for the blade for some reason not being invested by Night Pizza just yet. Surely he's got to let it loose sooner or later. Is just holding it for now though, Red. I'm not sure why.
No. Okay, okay. I don't. Okay, so I have comments that are meaningful. I'm just shocked that they won without an without a blade being pulled out, like the whole fight. Okay. Anyway, the meaningful comment is you notice that the swaps, one of the things that they do to the front line of Weeb Go Brrrr is that they weaken the front line significantly. So the front line has been the strong point for Weeb the whole time. Now they're like, okay, we got to move the resources away from the front line to our DPS to contest the enemy DPS who don't really care about front line. Well, what does this do for the super aggressive Boosted and Kingzocker? Oh, I can just shove into their front line because I have a Baptiste pocket. They don't.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do about it? You have to deal with my Pharah. Oh well. And that really is what did it. Like, I mean, I was about to comment about an aggressive pin that I thought was dumb, but it got a kill, and then all of a sudden, Boosted's killing 3. Like,
yeah, I mean, there are things happening in this game that shouldn't be working, that are working, and that was one of them. The pin into the grab was not one of them. Shiny almost goes down there, but he gets an environmental kill onto Sentai, just sends him over the edge and into the drink. I mean, it's gonna slow you down 10 seconds, but it's a good chunk of ult charge for the Pharah, right?
yeah, like, it's really good. And you see them they know how to play Pharah really, really well. I'm so impressed. And we see D.Va, by the way, because they're like, man, these projectile DPS are a problem.
But you know what? D.Va is not stopping the onslaught of Shiny there. Will eventually go very low, but not taken out there as Night Pizza's left unchecked that time and will be taken out. Doomfist takes himself off the edge, but trades out with a pin onto King Zocca, so that might open up the first point for them if they can go fast. Not if Shiny Senpai has anything to say about it, though.
No, I mean, this really killed their speed, and like they're on Weebs go brrrr. They obviously want to deal with Pharah, but they need to go faster, and they don't have a Lucio to really capitalize, so I think Zar's going to get back with plenty of time.
Should be able to, but an amplification matrix might be able to make something magical happen here on the high ground. Fenrir feeling the pressure from the D.Va as a few members are critical coming in from Muttsu here. Weebs go brrrr not faring that much better, but that's got to be the opportunity. They've got to press the attack right here and right now as the Pharah is pressured out, but the Barrow's nearly available. Doesn't get to use it as Genji will go down. The Resurrect and the bubble is good to get the Pharah back onto the field. All the while, Sentai is going to work on the Soldier. The pin from the Weebs tank just a little too far into the backline, a little wacky and crazy into Narnia. Bob doing work on the point, however, to try and keep this going in the favor of Weebs go brrrr. Matthias with the dynamite and another headshot, killing King Zocca off. Surely opens the first point for Weebs go brrrr.
So I think this is gonna sound silly, but I think really the key is gonna be the fight's still kind of happening, but it looks like it'll be wrapped up pretty quickly here. But yeah, so I think the key here is really just kill King Zocca if you can, because this means Boosted now is almost always out of position. There, Boosted got killed because he just was acting like he had a Zarya when he had zero support. There were other issues happening, and he was not respecting it, and he was playing too far forward.
Yeah, look at the ults that Weebs go brrrr have as well, Red. That's going to be pretty important going into this fight, right?
Yeah, very. And I think you're going to have to see... I would imagine Barrage is going to be the play, but oh,
my word. The absolute assassination onto the support line coming in from the Pharah. No way. Yeah, no way that you can push that if you're the attacking team. You've just been traded out, and the Resurrect comes through. You're 4v6, get out of there, and that is exactly what they're going to do.
T-Mac!
Oh. I mean, and they killed the... I mean, that's fair enough. You kill him. So...
Yeah, I think they were going to get pressured out if they didn't do it. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Potentially. In this... I mean, both teams operating with so many ults here, Red.
Okay, Night Pizza. I know you can't hear me. Ult this fight, please. We don't need you holding on to it for 4 minutes. The people need to see you pull out the blade.
Yeah, we really do. Especially because that last fight on attack was so close. And he didn't pop it until overtime. Look at Sentai just wrapping around the back, ready to go with advisory. Opts to go for it now. Doesn't find the kill onto the Mercy, but the D.Va will, with that self-destruct, opening up the fight. Mad Pooper will fall, that being said. And the Barrage comes in, and the Pharah's just getting more done at the moment, Red. Just nothing they can do to quelch the Pharah from getting it all done. Atlas will fall to Genji, and Sentai just not dealing with the Pharah in the skies. The pin is so good from Boosted. A slight bit of serendipity to say the least, but the pin is good. And Doofus will be taken out, not so much as a tick here. And all of a sudden, Muttsu no Mangetsu looking like they might finish with a better time bank.
They just used like one ult and they won that fight, and like almost the entire ult bank was used by Weebs. Okay. Also, credit to M&M. They played the positioning beautifully. They actually didn't feed to Visor at all, even with it being unawares and in their backline. Like, yeah. If that was my game, bro, like they all would die to it, even though it's like the easiest thing to just get behind cover.
Yeah, it was very, very well played, and now, so long as Muttsu can cycle ultimates effectively, they're likely to get this to overtime now. That's what we're looking at here. There's a good crossfire is being established by Weebs, and the Nano is invested onto Doomfist. The Shadow comes down, though, and just completely stops the Reinhardt in their path. The blade, the grab, it's beautiful poetry in motion from Muttsu no Mangetsu. They get it done, and just beautifully executed by Night Pizza and King Zocca there.
Wow. They used a lot of ults, though, which is kind of unideal. So, and you aren't going to be close to... Well, I mean, I guess we're going to see a fast barrage, hopefully. But still, it's kind of unfortunate, because now you have D.Va Bomb, and while D.Va Bomb is usually not great, one thing it is very good at is taking out Pharahs and Mercies in the skies. So we can see that come out here.
Oh my gosh, the direct rocket onto Sentai there just sends him to half HP. I can't believe how much this Pharah has transformed a team that we thought looked completely lost in a 2-0 series, just turning it round, Red. And the flank coming in again here. Doomfist takes out Atlas, but As soon as Weebs get a pick, it seems like the DPS from Muttsu just clap back and find another one. Night Pizza with 73% to his blade already, having just used it, and a barrage almost online for the defense as well. This is an uphill battle for Weebs Go Brrrr. And I don't even know if you want to invest any ultimates going into this. It looks like the self-destruct is going to be invested. Indeed, it is. It will get rid of Fenrir. And the remix killing off 2 disaster strikes for what looked like a rock-solid defense. Now Night Pizza's got to invest the blade. The Shatter comes out as well to stifle the blade coming out, but some absolute heroics coming out from the Genji player here to slow this down. Genji, however, on the D.Va is trying to get this done, but numbers are thinning for the attacking side, and hope is certainly dwindling, Red.
But I'm not letting it get out. Oh no. Oh, okay, please don't die to. Okay.
Get remake.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. They can't risk getting demeched again, and this was just to give, like, from the far perspective, that was just a ton of ult charge. Like, they went from like 0 to 40%, like, very quickly there. Oh,
Well,
man.
it's final chance here. I mean, kind of
What are you doing
disastrous.
against this ult bank? Like, there's gonna be grab, there's shatter, there's window, there's Valk. Like, what are you gonna do?
Wait, who touches here? Okay, we
Bob?
finally get the touch, but the Shatter is so very good, and it stops Bob touching. Nano has to be invested on the Ryan, but the damage is already done in the backline. The Pharah is just doing absolute tremendous amounts of work now, and kick and scream as Doomfist might like. That charge off the point is as useless as he can be in that moment in time, as there was nothing he can do, and we're going to a map 5.
Yeah, man, I don't. Our Lord and Savior Night Pizza, like, this man in fights where he has no business. Again, no help on the blades. Not this one, but like the one prior, like the one that secured them essentially the last team fight when they were down 3 members. I'm shocked. Like, I don't know what to think of this. This is like I don't want to hear another Genji player complain about not climbing again, because if you can play like this, bro, you'll be in Diamond in no time. Like, there's no way this dude is not climbing during this tournament. Like, he is playing out of his mind. If his comp games look like this, oh my word. He's doing this with no pocket.
Yeah,
Like,
this is some incredible heroics coming out from the DPS line of Muttsu, and now that they've found the rhythm, they really look unstoppable. It looks like Weeb have no answer to the Genji or the Pharah, and I just pray that they bring a defensive ultimate to Busan, which we are headed to next.
yeah, I mean, I hope so too, but like, here's the thing. Any swap they make needs to be not at the cost of their front line, because the reality of the situation is because of the swaps they've made, their front line has been damaged. And compared to the side of Eminem, the front line for Eminem has all of a sudden their feedy aggression does not look so feedy. It looks way more effective, and they really haven't changed much. They still pin at bad times. They still like W key when there's really no reason to. But there's not as much frontline resources being pumped there, because they're trying to put all their resources into their DPS to deal with the threat in the skies and to deal with the Genji in their backline. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, because they went to D.Va. They went to Sigma. Their best player is not making a dent.
No, they're really not. And it really is do or die. The reverse sweep could very well be upon us here as we head to Busan. I mean, what do we do to deal with it then? Because we've said what they can't do. What do they have to do?
We pray that we get Sanctuary. Maybe if you have a ball player, you go ball and go like ball Sigma and try to split up their team more. But oh no, we got Mecha Base. Okay. Actually, this isn't bad for you though, because like, where's the Pharah gonna do? Yeah, the Pharah really can't do much. If they consolidate into a, oh no, that's an Ashe. That's an Ashe again. Okay. I don't know, man. This is about to be the most interesting. I don't have analysis, man. I mean, it's gonna be whose DPS pop off harder, and maybe if Genji can.
Yep, so the Zarya left unchecked could well do it for Weeb to prevent the reverse sweep that M&M are looking with bloodthirsty aggression to take. As we see Mabupa go really low already, this Pharah immediately not dealt with, and Sentai will fall. Shiny will be taken pretty low, but the front line from Weebs coming up big again, allowing room for that res to come through onto the Genji now. This is a numbers advantage for the blue team. Weebs go brrrr here, still making space despite the Pharah being overhead and pressuring out. Just going on W is paying in dividends, centered with the double dash elimination. The cap isn't, the point isn't capped just yet, but it is all coming up blue in the kill feed.
Yep, and this is a map where the Zarya differential was going to be a very real thing. Like, this is a map where the front lines matter. And, like, I guess I underestimate. I mean, they do have more support for it because Ana's just going to probably only heal the tanks. And I would imagine Tim is only healing a damage character. Although that's their damage boosting Genji right now.
The Shatter is ready to go, and you know Doomfist wants to drop it here. He goes for a pin instead. He wants to bait the spin, but he gets shattered. He goes down. That's 3 on the floor for the Weebs. And M will turn this fight, but Doomfist has the nano and the high noon from Matthias. Just swings it back again. A Newton's cradle of back and forth here from either team as Matthias kicks and struggles against Night Pizza. He does indeed go down, and that, you just can't write an anime as good as this. It's unbelievable displays coming out from the Weebs here. They backed into a corner still that was Respawn's favorite M&M, Red.
Yeah, but it doesn't, like, I am so confused. Night Pizza is like, alright Genji, I see you with the carry, I'll give you one back. Huge bubble.
Yeah, but the Shadow will catch one. The barrage is going to mitigate all that damage, though. Madupa does take out the Pharah in the sky. Matthias, this time a little more keen with that Peacekeeper, will be finishing off that Genji, not going to let them live that long. The flip coming through for M and M. They finally break down Weeb go brrrr.
So now holding should be a lot easier for the team with the Pharah, right? Because they have to come out of these small chokes. You just spam them. Like, theoretically, this should favor M&M really hard, and you got Blade coming online crucially, and as we've seen, there is no need to pocket this man with Blade. He will get his money. But Sentai has a Blade, and he typically does get support, so oh, and he's going for an off angle. Okay.
Ooh, the offensive one to just initiate. I think he's going to go for the backline here. Indeed, he does. He lets that Blade go, but the bubble is beautifully timed. The Immortality Field doesn't negate the fact that everybody was 1 HP inside of it with an anti-nade lapped over the top, and Sentai is more than happy to lap up the final blows there. Doomfist finds a kill as well, and another dash for Sentai. Make that 4 kills for the Genji player of Weeb go brrrr in that fight.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where, you know, lower elo DPS aren't checking flank angles, and that really costs them, right? Like, Night Pizza does not need to be playing with his team. He needs to be playing on an off angle looking for the Genji flank, and he doesn't, and it costs them. And here we go.
Oh my word, 3 big shatter comes down, but an Anthony just stays it off the grab as well. Everything in the kitchen sink goes into this fight. They know they can't afford to lose it. M and M have to close this out and win it, and they do, but it costs them everything.
Yeah, it costs them a lot, but they have Valk and they have, crucially, Barrage. And we have seen Barrage be an absurdly overpowered ultimate in this series. And again, they don't check the Genji.
Yeah, just being unchecked as Doomfist bites off a little more than he can chew there. He goes so low, forces the nade to be used on himself. The grab comes in early and it will finish off Doomfist. The Barrage staving off that attack from the front line. A beautiful double rocket comes through from Shiny, and indeed the Pharah players are as rare as a Shiny Pokemon here, and Shiny Senpai is one of them. So lucky M&M to have a player of this caliber on their team in the rookie division. Now Doomfist wants to keep on fighting this. If they found King Zoka there, and the Graviton Surge not even nearly ready to go for Genji as desperation starts to set in for the Weebs go brrrr. Genji will fall red.
Yeah, and like, I hope the play of the game is that Barrage, because that boop to move was insane. What is happening?
Oh my word, the blade is out from Sentai, who gets the dash reset as a drive-by onto Night Pizza, who is 97% to their own blade. Gotta get the resurrect onto that Reinhardt booted, going in, and the shatter is good. The barrage surely gonna seal the deal here for M&M. Just more heroics coming out from the DPS line of M&M. Gonna go mecha base to Muttsu no Mangetsu.
I don't know. Can this just be the series? I'm out of energy. Like, what is happening? That was so. That blade was as big as any we've seen this series, and didn't matter. Pharah with barrage, instant build, and like again, Shiny Senpai is just. Oh my word. Again, I thought they had missed the Kree on the flank. Right?
Yeah.
I thought they had missed the Kree going in the back line. They knew immediately. They conked themselves right in front of him and then just double rocketed dropped and it was over. And it was
really, it was some heroics.
Like, these people are just playing out of their mind, and we see the hawk for Weebs go brrrr.
This is desperate from Weebs.
This is, I gotta do it myself. Genji 2021. Like, oh no.
We're seeing Sentai on the Pharah. They're actually going to mirror without a hit scan from M&M as well. So they're sort of saying, okay, you've been harassing us with Pharah all series long. Let's see how you like it. So they're going in, and already Genji hasn't picked that hook. Going to go on to Atlas immediately, finish them off. And that's going to be disastrous for Shiny. They're just going to have so much less space to work with. The hook catches onto the Pharah as well. The kill feed comes up blue, and we go brrrr. Take this first point.
Yeah, and this is a map where the tank selection from M&M is not very favorable, and I do not like this. No, Night Pizza, no, Night Pizza, you're creating it, bud. This is not gonna go well.
How Pompeii has fallen. We're seeing Night Pizza back on the McCree. We're seeing boosted back on the Sigma, and this is where they didn't look great earlier on Ilios, when they were trying to breach through on control. They seem to struggle against these Pharah compositions, so Weebs have kind of got M&M beat here as Sentai takes out the Baptiste immediately. I mean, that means that you just got absolutely no healing to go. Sentai, however, will get the number pick, but a good hook from Genji shuts down any idea of resistance or rebellion coming out from Muttsu. Is this, Sigma's going to be able to push forward a little bit with the res onto Fenrir, and with Matthias taking out Shiny, that might be an opening, as this is a wacky and wild flank red.
So, I mean, you saw Fenrir not look at it, so that's probably why they thought it was okay. Great immortality field. We gotta play in it, though. Oh, no.
Boosted. How does he get out of there alive? Some unbelievable displays from the support line to keep Boosted alive as the kill feed just goes back and forth now. Doofus gets the nano onto him, but is forced back, but the damage has been done. He's taken out the Baptiste. The Resurrect once more coming through, but Genji, with those hooks being so on point, is just able to pick apart the Pharah Mercy in the sky, like trying to catch flies with chopsticks. This man is an absolute expert. A big anti-nade and an amplification matrix down the shadow ready to go as well from Doofus. He bides his time patiently as the barrage comes down. Bob does work, as does Sentai clapping back, but the kill feed still coming up red now. Weebs are backed into a corner, and the barrage that waits the longest is the better one. They will flip the point, M&M.
Okay. Someone needs to explain to me why we couldn't have done this with the Genji. Because, like, the hit scan's not really doing anything, right? We're not even pressuring out Sentai very often. Sentai's getting killed in ults. Like, I'm not liking this high noon into this team. Like, maybe you can zone out the Pharah. And I'm also not loving where we're holding, and here comes the hog.
Yeah, just ready to go as well. So many ults to work with, a beautiful pick immediately to take care of Fenrir, but Atlas has been very good at dealing with that and resurrecting it up. The whole hog might put a stop to that, however. High Noon comes out, and it's a desperate disc effort, but it gets the job done. They find a pick, and that's more than you can ask for, with a flip coming through as well. Blue team, Weeb go brrrr, gonna keep this alive a little bit longer. The hooks, the heroics from the hog. He's doing it all on his back. Tim will fall. Matthias will trade it back with a dynamite kill, and Genji on the Roadhog. Gonna find another two picks. Surely someone has to stop the Roadhog. He's unstoppable, like Thanos. Just will not be stopped, and we're going the distance. Third point on Busan.
And I said, like, at the beginning of this, I said, pray to get Sanctuary early, and they have. And we're going to downtown. I think Hog is still fine on downtown. but we'll see. I don't even know. I'm not predicting anything else in terms of compositions. Oh, I'm glad I didn't. That is not what I expected. That has to be a troll, right? Typically,
I mean,
Bara players are not amazing hit scan players. That is not the normal situation.
We have seen both DPS for Weeb Go brrrr play the Genji this series, though, so honestly, at this point, Red, anything's possible.
True. I just am saying going from Bara to Widowmaker is impressive.
Well, we'll see if in these map 5 situations, sometimes you've really got to dig deep and try something different, and that's certainly what they're doing here. It's the Ashe Mercy versus the Widow Mercy on this high ground, which is what you always see. I mean, Matthias not coming up big there. Shiny coming up top trumps. Gonna find the first pick. It should be rezzed up pretty simply, though, as the hook is blocked for the first time, I believe, in a long time from M&M. They're
not rezzing it.
They're not rezzing it. So they are bunkering on the point, and they're just banking on Genji finding picks. A deflected anti-nade there. So very good as a res in the backline is so egregious. Rattlers followed by an unbelievable hook coming in from the off-tank of Weeb Go brrrr. The kill feed is blue. It's looking good, and another very, very ambitious resurrect. This time, however, it is guarded by Genji, the Roadhog player, so you need not worry. You will get the res.
Is not ideal. That's what we'll say. Suboptimal. All right, and you see the swap to Pharah come in, and I gotta say I'm here for it. Really good job though. They're blocking some more of the hooks. Like, it's just players taking off angles in really bad situations that have been giving the hooks to Genji.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, you give this Roadhog an inch and he takes a mile, right? The dash in as well is pretty dangerous. You force the bubble, the deflect comes out, as well as this aerial battle going on. The hook is blocked again, so Boost is starting to learn as a wonderful sleep placed onto Shiny. They will be taken out by a dash to Matthias, and the defending team at the moment, We Go brrrr, going to hold on to this point a little longer. The Resurrect is denied by Matthias as well. Eventually, Sentai taken out by the Shurikens of Night Pizza. So no hit scan available for them, but they're getting the job done with the projectiles that they have to work with. As the hooks from Genji have now been a little quieter, Red.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, you're still seeing some what we'll call creative res from Atlas, and it's costing them. But this lift.
Oh, it's coming in when there are a lot of players down, and they're holding it to the very last second. They do lift the Reinhardt aloft, and Doomfist now very low indeed will go down eventually. But Genji has the pocket. He's got the whole hog ready to go. The Nano invested as well. Takes care of the Pharah. Takes care of the Zarya. Will go down. That's two. The Mercy is in the backline. He misses the hook, but surely no Resurrect available this time, Atlas, as Genji is going to town. That's 3 kills for him. He's anti-naded up. He's in trouble, but look at those stats for the Roadhog.
Oh my goodness, this is just absurd. This is actually disgusting. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things to say. Yeah, final fight.
Nano Blade.
Valk Blade and Nano Blade. I mean, I say we just pop both of them and go.
It's desperation time, and it's an early pursuit from the Weebs. No Blade available, and the Nano's got to go on to boost it to come up with absolute magic from thin air now. He's forced and backed into a corner when it all looked so good for M&M. The towers came crumbling down. Genji going up big on this Roadhog. A final moment switch to turn the tides of an almost reverse sweep. The Blade in desperation now from Night Pizza got to do absolute God's work here. Both teams are battered black and blue on this point, but the overtime goes down. Nobody touches, and the Weebs deny the reverse sweep.
That was actually insane. Who knew Roadhog would be the answer to this? It's just pop off harder forehead. Oh my word.
Just don't miss a hook forehead. That was the strategy going into Busan.
It really was. Like, after they lose this and like they realize, okay, playing conventional Overwatch is clearly not the plan. It's 2.9. We're gonna do 2.9 things. We're gonna play hog. We're gonna hit 12 hooks, or like however many it was. It was like 16 or something retarded. It was a very large number of hooks. And
it was an incredible series start to end. We went the distance. We got 2 control maps. It went to the 3rd point on the map 5. I mean, so many things happened that we could pick apart, but I think it all came down to that Roadhog switch. Just some heroics coming out from Genji, the Roadhog player. That's gonna get confusing.
Oh yeah.
Weebs come out on top just about though. I mean, Muttsu really made him work for it with that Pharah Genji swap.
Yeah, and like what I liked about it was I was starting to have like legitimate questions about the SR of Night Pizza, but then
Yeah.
there was a whole like two fights where we didn't pop blade, and there was like little mistakes here and there where like they could have changed the entire texture of the maps that they almost lost, and they just
Yeah.
didn't take it. And but still, hats off to them, right? Mechanically, they played out of their mind. They made blades work that I just did not think were possible. Uh, like it was insane to watch start to finish, and Shiny Senpai getting on Pharah really was inspirational. Really was fun to watch. Uh, oh man,
Yeah.
that was a series.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you might need a lie down after that series, but we have got more GGNA coming up for you this evening. So make sure that you follow the channel so that you don't miss any of that. But that's about going to wrap it up for us here on GGEU. Red Knight, any closing statements?
No, I had super fun, yeah, a ton of fun. Sorry, I need to lay down after that series, man.
Yeah,
I had I had a ton of fun. I really am excited to watch the rest of this rookie division play out, especially if this is the team at two. If these are the teams at 2-2, especially with how good Weeb Go Burr looks individually, I'm very excited to see what the top of that division looks like.
100%. I can only echo that. I've been Simbabble. We've got Red Knight as well, and the wonderful people behind the scenes. We've got Zuza doing prod as well. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, that's it from us. So long, good night.